Hello and welcome back. So today we'll be learning about how to find a sponsor for your podcast. So we'll learn about how to find a direct sponsor for your podcast. I won't be telling you to, go list your app at this random third-party site where you'll be given pennies and most of your money will be taken out by a middleman. No, okay? I'll be teaching you exactly how can you get a hold of a sponsor directly so you make the entire money yourself and big bucks, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how to do that the way I do it for our clients in our company, okay? And I've been a marketer for almost 13 years and I've been around for many years, top vendor for a lot of affiliate platforms, email marketing and all that as well. And I want to go ahead and bring you today exactly what I do for my clients in order to help them find a sponsorship. So number one, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So number one, so pre-check. Now pre-check is what you need to be doing ahead before you go ahead and contact somebody else out, because you don't want to be that guy who contacts somebody saying, hey, do you want to pay money for my podcast? And somebody says, okay, give me your media kit, okay? And you gotta have that media kit. So what is a media kit? Media kit is a simple document. A lot of people complicate it. A lot of people make it, they think it's a big thing to do. No. It's a simple 1 or 2 pager that has information about your podcast. It's pretty much a bragging kit. You gotta tell them about who you are, data, and how much. So the reason I put data a lot is because you gotta have data to back up whatever your claim is, okay? So that's the whole point. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a media kit. That's a contract. We'll go over that. So this is a simple media kit. This is a Word document that I'm gonna go ahead and give you the download link. And it's very simple. All you gotta do is modify it and add more information. So you gotta put information about your name, podcast, put your cover art right here, and you can put information about how many subscribers you have, blah blah. You can add more information as well. Make sure to add some sort of address, your social media handles, your phone number, your website, your emails, and podcast rates, whatever you have. We'll go over that on a different video, but you got to put that information on this media kit as well. You got to put your rates. How much are you expecting? Now, you're thinking, I'm willing to negotiate. Yeah, that's fine. You should be willing to negotiate, but you got to have somewhere to start, right? So you have to, position yourself as a guy or girl who's willing to get what you deserve. So you got to put your rates out there, okay? And all that stuff as well. You are more than welcome to modify it as you see fit. The reason it's so simple is because you don't want to get too colorful, like you spent so much time on a media kit that your podcast is not that good. So you're compensating for that. So make sure it's simple, easy to read, okay? 3-page, that's it. Now if your cover art is smaller, you can go ahead and make it smaller if you want to. I wanted a 3-pager because if I print it out, it looks really nice as well. So this is a media kit, and I'll put the download link on the description. If not, go to podvalley.com, go to tools, and it is right here. It's free. You can get it for free, okay? Do that after the video as well. So make sure you have a media kit, okay? Make sure on the media kit you emphasis on data. You talk about how many subscribers that you have, okay? And one of the really big point that a lot of podcasters miss out, because podcasters, they're not marketers, okay? And a lot of these podcast gurus, they're not marketers, they're podcasters. So when somebody tells you, hey, this is a tool designed by a podcaster, as a podcast, you should think of yourself, okay? Podcasting. Think about it. Podcasting, everybody's doing, okay? Every Joe is doing it. That's a fact. But when the marketing tips should come from somebody who has marketing experience, okay? So make sure, okay, the RSS subscribers, they are worthless compared to, they're not worthless, they are worthless compared to the subscribers' emails or phone numbers that you have. That's worth much more. So make sure to mention that on the media kit, okay? That my last sentence might have hurt a lot of people. That's okay, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything for you, okay? So let's go ahead and move on. So who, data, rate, straight up, okay? Make sure to have a media kit ready to go before you even start hunting down for your first sponsor, okay? Let's move on. Now, contract. So, make sure it's not, okay, I'll sponsor your podcast, okay? Okay. You gotta have it in writing, because what if, they stop paying you? What if, what if you remove their media role from somewhere else, right? So for all those cases, always make sure that, you have it in writing. I always tell people, they're like, oh, I have a sponsor. They've been sponsoring me for 3 months. I'm going to get it. I'm good. But they cancel. They cancel because they found somebody else better. Wait. If you had that contract, they would negotiate with you, and maybe you would get something out of the deal. But hey, you didn't have a contract, you're out of the loop. It's not legal. It's not legal binding. So make sure you have something, in writings. And I'm going to go ahead and provide you with a contract as well. It's a simple contract, and it's very, very easy to read. Very simple. You can download it at Pod Valley, and it is right here at the bottom. So make sure to download the sponsorship contract as well. Very, very important. Make sure to do that, okay? Now, while we're at it, a lot of you guys might be like, okay, should I, so let's say we have a contract for a 1 year, and I'm supposed to put their ad on my podcast for 1 year, but I'm able to remove them after a year. How do I do that, okay? Now, I'm going to show it to you. It's a really cool tool on Podme, okay? I'm going to show that to you right now. Now, your podcast host might not have it, but I'm going to show it to you right here. The way I do it is, I'm just going to show you a random one right here. So let's say somebody is willing to sponsor me for 1 year, okay? 1 year. Honda Frisk, that's one of our sponsors. And I go ahead and put their promo on the intro, outro, both of it right now. It's on there for 1 year. It's for episode number 1, okay? Let's pretend. Now, after like 1 year, I'm free to remove those ads and put somebody else. Now, unless I get rid of that ad, I have to get rid of it and put somebody else, right? Now, the normal way to do that would be download that audio, or you have that audio, you go ahead and take out that audio, for the ad audio, you put another audio back on, and then you re-upload it. That sounds like a hassle to me. I don't know about you. Now, with Podme, what you can do is straight up come up here, and you can change your, your pre-roll, your outro, all of that directly by clicking on, promo from library. You click up here, and you can find other ads that you can go ahead and put it in. Boom! Everything is done for you. There's no editing. There's none of that. Straight up like that. So make sure to utilize this tool if you haven't done so yet. Okay, let's move on. Now, next up, your cover art. Now, if you made your cover art, it might be okay for you, but as a sponsor, I want to see quality. Okay, now this might be a good time to spend some money and get a cover art design. Okay, now I recommend Fiverr is okay, but make sure that you know what you're getting what you pay for. Okay, low end. Go to 99 Designs. That's a really good site, 99 Designs. Upwork, Freelancer are good as well. I like 99 Designs because people compete for my requirement, and I have more than one design or style. So that's really, really helpful for me, okay? So make sure your cover art is at the top game. You're thinking, I already have a cover art. That's okay. Make sure that it looks good. Make sure it's professional, because that's the first thing they'll see, okay? It might have been 6 years since you started your podcast, but it's never too late to have a perfect, better cover art. Make sure it attracts people, it's unique, and when you open it on a phone, it should be beautiful. Unique, okay? Unique, over and over, okay? Let's move on. Description, okay? This too. Make sure, no spelling mistakes, make sure short, sweet, to the point. You're not trying to target okay, let me give you an example. So let's say you have a podcast on marketing, okay? And when you have a podcast on marketing is a big umbrella, okay? Make sure you're not trying to just cover up everything, okay? Make sure your description is short, sweet, to the point, and specific, okay? Specific. Use numbers, use data. So in terms of 40% of people who listen to this podcast have gone on to become millionaires. So now that is like something catching. I want to be that 40%, so I listen to your podcast. So make sure your description is your pitch. So make sure you have it figured out, okay? Now let's move on. So you have your pre-check, okay? Now, if you need to get more of this, you can also get it at Tools, and it is right here, checklist. Make sure to get it right now, okay? Let's move on though. So how do you find sponsors? Okay, now, before we talk about, I'm going to show you 3 ways on this video. Now, if you want more, please comment and I will find more ways for you to find sponsor. There's like 16, 17 things I can do for a client. For the sake of this video and to make it short and sweet, I'm going to limit it to 3. Now, if you want more, please comment, and maybe my assistant will send you a PDF with the rest of the methods. So I have about 16 on the list. I'm going to share 3 with you. If you want rest of it, please comment on the video saying, hey, you want the rest of the PDF, and I will do my best to, and one of my assistant will do his best to get it to you or me. Okay, so let's move on. So number 1, before you even think about contacting somebody, make sure that your proposal, your email is figured out. Now, as an email marketer, and I have 7 million subscribers of emails. I know how to write emails. I know how to get the emails open. So don't. If you're like, oh, does this guy know about email marketing? Google me. That's what I tell people. Sounds cocky, but it's true. I've been collecting emails from 13, 14 years, and 7 million emails throughout all these industry. That's not a joke. That's not a joke, and it took hard work, and I'm proud of it, and I'm gonna flaunt it. Okay, that's what I am. So I'm gonna go and teach you, give you a template on how you should write your pre-email. So 2 email templates. Okay, number 1. Okay, subject line, it says read. You're like, what is read? Okay, so just put read. So it's pretty much a return email, internal email. Usually start with RE, and make sure to put RE, and RE or regarding. There's many ways to interpret it, but usually people will say regarding, or is it an internal email, or they think that when they see RE, you're like, oh, is it an internal email that I already responded to? So RE about the leads, you're like, what is you open it, click throughs, okay? Open rate. So hi, you're gonna go ahead and put their names, okay? Satish. The first method is having somebody else or using a different account to send out that email, so it makes you look bigger. Also, you can charge more money. Okay, now, and also if something doesn't go well, the other person is taking the blame. Okay, good. Satish asked me to reach out to you because we feel we might be a perfect fit to work together. We operate a podcast X about X, and we feel like we can help you get more signups, more sales, whatever that person does, attaching our media kit. Okay, you get the idea. Would it be awesome if I gave you a call tomorrow to discuss? Now, are you gonna give them a call? If you can, do it, because that's the best way to get sponsored. Now, when you put a question like that, they will usually respond back saying, hey, can we talk? Can I learn more? Can I get some more time? You want people to respond back to the email. That's the goal. The goal is not to get the payment on the first email, okay? The goal on these emails is to get a response back. So they say, hey, that guy right there, okay? So that's option number 1. Number 2. Subject line, RE, regarding customers. Hi, Bob. Satish here from podcast Evil Salesman. Few of our audience have been reached out to me to see if we could get a hold of a discount or offer for our audience with your product. I feel like we might be able to work together. I would love to discuss further. See how I'm short, sweet? And you went out of the way saying, hey, my customers are looking for this. So of course, once they respond back, you should now respond back saying, hey, I would love to get work together. I can promote your product for this. You can discuss that out with your sponsor. Okay, so those are 2 emails. Now, how do you actually find sponsors? I'm going to teach you 3 ways. Okay, number 1. Okay, now if you know of a company that you want to do work with. So let's say you have a podcast on pets and you want to work with Petco or pet related company. So what you do is you find VP of marketing for that company. You can just Google it, big company, and then you reach out to them on LinkedIn. Okay, make sure it helps if you have a LinkedIn premium. It does. That's one way. Option number 2 is straight up. Okay, straight up. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull Google Maps. I love it. So pull up Google Maps. And what I do is I come up here. Let's see. I don't know, pets. Okay. I'm a podcaster in Frisco. Okay, I found them. Now what I do is I find out what their website is. Now I could contact. This looks like a corporate site. So So what you do is you go ahead and you could contact them here with the phone. Or what I would do is, let's see, okay? This is the first time I'm searching the site. I would go to who is this type, who is, you'll find GoDaddy's little thing right here. And we're gonna go ahead and find out the owner of the site, okay? Sometimes it might be better to do this because you don't wanna reach out to like, clerks or like managers. It's better to straight up talk to the decision maker. And let's see. Crosswalks. Fun. Did I get it right? Woo! Okay, let's move on. Okay, I don't think we have their information on this one. Sometimes you don't, but usually you'll see their email somewhere here. And let me give you an example, okay? So let's say you search up. And bridges. Okay, bridge. I think that's it. Okay, so here, as you can see, registrant email. You'll see an email like that. So this is the email that you want to contact people on because this is the owner's email, okay? Let's go back here. I'm going to see if I can find another example. Pets, okay? You can do it in different cities or whatever you want. I know you don't want PetSmart. Those are corporate office, the Pod Depot, okay? I don't think that's a franchise. Let's go ahead and see if we can contact them. The Pod Depot, okay? Let's go here. Okay, they have this kind of site. It's a 3D. It's a third-party store. So if this happens, so yeah, this is my first time too. So let's go ahead and click on, put that on there. They put it there, so we might be able to find it. So this is a part of, actually, I haven't looked up these terms before I started. So let's go here. Okay, this person, okay, we can get to them. So they have decided to hide their email address, but what you can do is copy this and send an email out to this email. It works, okay? You will reach out to them, but this is where you'll be able to find their information, okay? Now don't call these numbers because this is a privacy, it's hidden for you. But again, let's try one more. I'm just curious. So I can show you one that actually, Hollywood Feed. Okay, let's try Hollywood Feed. Now Hollywood Feed, never heard of it, but it looks like they are also corporate. But what we can do is, this doesn't hurt to check. Last one. If not, you get the idea, right? So let's move up, go up here, and okay, looks like they don't have it here as well, but I think you get the idea. Of course, some of them, the ones I did here today, we didn't have it, but you get the idea. Make sure to do that, and I'm sure you'll find some. Okay, let's move on. That's one way. The third method is meetup groups. So meetup is a site where people have groups. So it's a site where people have groups, and you can find a group for pretty much everything: pets, entrepreneurship, whatever, right? So you pretty much go ahead and join that group, right? You join that group and you contact the owners on that group. It's pretty simple. Let me see if I can show you the actual one right here. And let's go. Meetup, and okay, I'm here. You go here, it's one of our groups, and you go here, you find a group, whatever you want to find, and you should be able to find the owner's information right here. Reach out to them, and you can send the same email template as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's go back up here. But yeah, so you learned 3 ways on how to find a sponsor. We learned about the pre-checks, and I gave you access to a media template. I gave you access to a contract. And if you need more tools, make sure to go to Pod Valley and click on tools, and you can access them right here. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please make sure to share it with your other podcaster friends, and make sure to subscribe to this channel so I can give you more content on podcasting, sales, webinar, marketing, all of that up here. Thank you so much for staying around, and I wish you the best. God bless you. Thank you so much.